Okay. All right. So we are here with episode 8 already.
Yeah,
I know it's crazy.
it's been a while. 8 weeks now. That's crazy.
I know I kind of feel like it's been a little intense. Trying to figure everything out. But did you
We got
hear?
it.
I just checked. I just checked my IG feed. Peewee Herman died.
I know. I grew up watching his shows, Peewee Herman Playhouse, I think it was called, right?
The Playhouse. Yeah. I mean, I know
Yeah.
he got a little shadiness about some of the things, but like, I mean, I watched the
I love
show
that
growing
show.
up.
I love the show
I
growing up.
totally
So,
watched that show.
I think I read that he had cancer, like he lived it privately for 6 years,
Hmm.
and that's really sad. But yeah, I
Cancer's
grew up with
not
him.
fun for anybody.
No, it's sad, but yeah, rest in peace, Pee Wee Herman. That's just a sad. That's like a childhood memory.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure like the cancer and all that kind of stuff like really degraded his life. So,
Yeah.
ugh, rough. Okay, sad note. Anyways, um, so freaking before we jump into the
Oh
happenings,
gosh, I'm nervous.
um,
I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
well, I
Okay.
feel like you went to go look at venues for Quincy's
Yes.
wedding this last weekend.
Yes, it
And
was really nice.
it was crazy because the Swifties were out and
Yes.
about.
Yes. So Taylor Swift was in the Bay Area this past weekend for 2 days, and it was insane to get around South San Francisco or any part of the Bay Area because it was so much traffic. There was tailgating. It was wild. But this is the month of concerts because we have Drake coming next, and I think we have Beyonce coming in August. So it's gonna be really bad traffic for a few
It's
weeks.
gonna be a little busy.
Yeah.
Everybody I know went to that Taylor Swift concert. Like so many people I
I
know went to that Taylor Swift concert.
I had a lot of people I know went to the concert. They all looked like they had a great time on social media. So,
Are
and
you a
it was
Swiftie?
I like some
Eee!
I like her songs, like some of her songs, but I'm not I wouldn't go to a concert and pay that money per se. Like if someone wanted to go and if the tickets were reasonable, I'll totally go. But I wouldn't be like, oh my god, I have to go, kind of thing. Like she has some songs,
I don't know.
I'll sing, like, "I Knew You Were Trouble" or, certain songs, I'll sing them. Like, she has catchy songs. I'm not a Swiftie, no.
I was
I'm
like, that was
not.
the longest way about it being like,
Like,
no,
I'm just
I'm
not
not a
I like
Swiftie.
some of her songs, I'll have, a couple on my Spotify, and they're playing it this whole weekend because it was, the Bay Area's, celebrating Taylor Swift's in town, they call it, Swift-A-Clara, Santa Clara is now Swift-A-Clara for a day. Like, all cities do that.
Dang,
And
for
honestly,
real?
yeah, LA is gonna do it. It literally, she has some hits. I was singing along the songs, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, I have to go to her show. No, no.
I mean, is there an artist that you like have to go? I mean, okay, wait. That I feel like that's a rhetorical question. I already fucking
Yeah,
know the answer to
there's a
that.
few artists that I have dragged friends to go see. But I realized I was talking to one of my best friends, Crystal, about this, and we're talking about there were times at our jobs that we would literally be on Ticketmaster trying to buy tickets the day when the show drops, the concert drops. We're online trying to buy tickets. And there's
Um,
people right now that are coming out. I'm like, oh, I want to see, but I wasn't behind my computer anxiously trying to
you
get
weren't
tickets the day it dropped.
anticipating. I mean, I
It's
feel
just
like
so
if it was
expensive. Oh yeah,
Justin Timberlake, it'd be
I've been
different.
at every show of Justin Timberlake. If he's in the Bay Area, I've been at every show. Every Drake show I've been to in the Bay Area. But the tickets right now are so effing expensive.
They're
They're like
ridiculous.
$1,000.
Wait, the
I'm
fuck? A
yes,
$1,000?
I was looking for Taylor Swift tickets for my friend Myrell, and I was like, dude, they're still $700 a day before. And I was like, wow, and don't be wrong, I'm not everyone who knows me knows I've paid a grip for some tickets. I have no shame about paying money for tickets. I have told my friends I've only paid X amount so they can just give me that money back, even though I paid way more on top of that every time. I just don't tell them. I just feel bad. So yeah, those tickets I've bought for friends. I'm like, oh, oh, I'll pay you back. Just get the tickets on your card. I've done that, but I usually don't tell them how much I actually really do spend. I'll give them a different price.
Chauncey.
Yeah, I've done that for a lot of concerts. Yeah, a lot of them. I want good seats. I want to sit down and
Well,
and
I
be
mean, I
comfortable.
get it. I
But
get
no,
girl, you're at a concert. You wanna sit down at a concert?
I wanna have an
You
option to
know
sit
your
down at a
ass ain't
concert.
sitting. Okay, okay,
I want
alright, the
an option
option,
to
I
sit
get
down.
it.
I can't be in, like, the floor like I used to. It's just too crazy. Like, I've only done that for a few shows with my sister to go see Lady Gaga. I've always had, like, pretty good floor seats every concert I've been to, but there's always an option to sit down just in case.
I get
Because,
it,
like,
I get it.
I've always had floor seats, but there's always a cheer, like, nearby just in case. Because like, it gets crazy, like, it's just I've been in too many concerts in my whole life, so, like, I just know how to, like, maneuver things now. But, yeah,
I don't
ticket-wise,
know,
like, it's just too like, it's
a
expensive. This is
thousand
coming from
dollars.
someone
Like,
who
what are we
loves.
trying to do? Gouge everybody to recoup
Yes,
costs from the pandemic?
and
Yes.
I love concerts, but, like, if I go see, like, any concerts in the next couple weeks, like the Beyoncé or Drake one, I'm for sure gonna buy it, like, the morning of the day before. That's all I can
Mm-mm.
do. 'Cause
Mm-mm. I don't.
I can't. I can't
That's
spend that
too
much money.
expensive. $1,000. No, get out, get out.
Like, look it
I
up.
don't.
Go
I
to
mean, like,
StubHub or go to
I will YouTube. I will listen. Like, I don't love an artist that much to spend
I
over a
just never
grand.
I've only spent well, I don't know, like, I spent, like, 300 for a ticket before. I've spent, like, 400 because like, Lady Gaga, my sister
But I
loves
feel
Lady
like
Gaga.
that's
Yeah,
a
that's not bad for me. I
different,
don't
like,
think it's bad.
300, 400. That's not too bad. I mean, I think when I went on to, like, the On the Run tour,
Yeah.
um, we got tickets that were like $300, but they were ground level.
Yeah, that's perfect. I paid $400 per ticket for, like, me and my sister to go see Lady Gaga. Like, I think when we get to saw her at was it AT&T Park? I think I paid, like, close to 800, but we were floor. We were, like, near the stage, so it's fine. It's my sister, she loved Lady Gaga.
Mm.
Gaga's amazing. But yeah, it's just wild. But yeah, concert season's here, so I will probably be spending money, but not money like that. No. No, 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 no. No, that's the old me.
No,
I'm in my 30s
absolutely,
now.
absolutely not. I mean, I might be going to concerts by myself if that's the
Yes, because you
case. Like,
can't afford
screw
to buy
trying to
2
bring
tickets in a
someone
cart.
else. I was like, 2 tickets? I was like, my
No,
rail, $700, like 2 tickets? No,
no, no,
because then you got
$700
your fees
each.
on top of that, and then you gotta get merch, and then you gotta get there, and you gotta pay
Yeah,
for
you better go on
parking, you gotta
Amazon for
get a
merch.
drink, and it's like, no,
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 go get
no, no,
no,
no, no,
no, go get Amazon merch. I'm
absolutely.
good. I'm good.
That's expensive.
No,
That's like
it's
more than
way too
my
expensive.
rent.
No, that's
Um,
it's grocery, everything.
that's a lot. That's a lot. Anyways, okay, so let's hop into the happenings right
Okay.
now. And I mentioned Quincy's, like, freaking wedding or finding a venue because today's question
Oh
was,
gosh.
or is, what's the
Okay.
worst response you got when you said you were engaged? The
Oh my
worst
god, what do
response
people
you
say?
ever got.
What do people say?
It's
Oh,
pretty funny.
I do remember somebody I know who got engaged, and we're all talking about this one person that we knew who got engaged. We're like, "Oh my god, oh wow, that man is terrible." Like, I remember hearing friends say about another person that we knew who were engaged, but I what do people say?
So I got a few lists of them, and
Oh, Jesus.
I feel like they're relatable. I feel like
Okay.
everybody has thought it and maybe not said it.
Okay, what is it? What is it? I'm nervous. I'm
So it's
nervous.
like, what's the worst response to "we're engaged"? As long as you're happy.
Oh, that is
There, I mean, I feel like that can go in so many different directions. It's the delivery that matters.
it sounds like a mother saying that or like a grandmother like this, "As long as you're happy."
Like a little
Like a little pat,
pat
like,
on the back.
"As long
As
as
long
you're
as you're happy,
happy."
honey.
Oh, that's
Like,
so
he's a piece
sad.
of shit, but as long as you're happy.
That's sad, but that's true though. Okay, okay, that's I could go either way, but we all know that it
Oh
means like a
god.
bad way though, you know?
There's some negative connotation to that.
Yeah, for sure.
The
Okay.
other one is, "Aw, hopefully this one sticks."
Ooh, that's shady, but I like the shadiness too because that means that this person has had multiple
We
engagements.
have been here before.
I hope this
This
one
is not
sticks.
new.
Ooh, okay, that's a good one. Okay, give me some more.
Okay, I had a coworker slash friend like
Mhm.
my engagement announcement on Facebook, then comment a little bit later, "Wait, hold up, dislike. This isn't the guy I met. What happened to Tim?"
Okay, that's a private conversation. That's a private, like, you don't put that on someone's, like, like, social posts, but that is a good question. What happened to Tim? Like, no, for real, like,
So
what
I
happened? Like,
had to but I was like,
did
for
you
real, for
investigate?
real. I did.
Okay, good, what is
So,
it?
um, Tim and her ended up breaking up
Okay.
after. Tim met this coworker. The coworker that commented that on her Facebook, like, what happened to Tim after Tim met her? Their relationship broke up.
Wait, so those
I just want to know what happened there.
so wait, back that up real quick. So Tim was the ex, and homegirl in the comments said, "What happened to Tim?" And she thought it was Tim, but it was another person. So basically, she was the catalyst that broke Tim and the girl up, but she don't even know that she was the
Mhm.
catalyst. Or maybe it was
Mhm.
shady and was all like, "Oh, I have Tim now." You don't know. I think of like the
Or
craziest
maybe
shit.
Tim was flirting with said coworker who commented this.
But what happened to Tim though? Like,
But
where's
what
Tim to speak
happened to
of?
Tim?
Oh,
Wha
that's a good one. That's a
Where's
good one.
Tim?
That's a
I
good
know,
one.
right? I feel that's a good one. I was
I'm
like,
glad you
this
investigated.
needs further explanation. I
I'm
know, I
glad you
know." Okay,
invested
so
it. That was good. That was good,
I was
Heather. Good job.
engaged. So this other one is I was engaged earlier this year when I told my mom, and she said, "Oh, I guess I'm supposed to give you a hug now." I told my
Wait,
stepdad, and he's like, "Wow, a ring," and then walked away.
so what's going on with that?
Um, I mean, like, what do you make out of that other than my parents are like, "I fucking hate your significant other,"
I would really I
or
wouldn't
like,
share
oh
that
my
story with
god,
anyone. I wouldn't share that story with anyone.
Could you imagine
I would
what
be so
their parents are
upset.
thinking?
I would be like, "Wow." But you know what? If your parents had a reaction, you knew your parents didn't like that person. You knew that. So, like, you should be expecting this.
I feel like most of us who go
Well,
about
no.
doing that, I mean, like, what? Will you expect your parents to sit there and lie to you? I guess.
No.
Like, "Oh my god, I should be so happy for you. Like, okay, give me
No.
like congratulations. By the way, I hate his freaking guts."
Yeah, I feel like my parents would have let me known that this person's not good for me before the engagement even took place. I shouldn't be shocked by their reaction. Right?
Facts. Absolutely.
Okay.
Like,
Okay,
I
okay,
mean,
okay.
it's still a little hurtful, but I mean,
Oh, it's for
I
sure
think they're
hurtful.
counting down the days in which the marriage is annulled or they get divorced. If they
Are they
even make it to the altar.
It doesn't look like it's gonna happen because she put that on Reddit, so, like, it just seemed like a bad omen. Like,
It don't look very good
it
for
just doesn't
her.
look right. It's not hitting. It's not hitting. Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, so what's the worst response to "we're engaged" you've ever heard? When's the baby due?
Oh, because I basically know that's why you
Oh,
got married. Okay. So you know what?
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
That's a little
No, a
rude,
baby
though.
is not okay. But here's the thing: is a
That's
baby
rude to
one
ask
not an
for.
excuse to get engaged, but
No.
two, I mean, you and I know that we have had thoughts like that about certain people. We were
There's
like,
certain people I'm like, "Oh,"
mm,
and then the baby does come around, like, the next couple weeks, like, "Oh, I'm
and then
pregnant."
you go, "Oh, that makes sense."
Because you know these people weren't even on their radar to get married. You knew that. Like, there's certain couples that you know like this, it's because of
I
the
still
baby.
don't. I still yes, yes, but I still
Like, you
don't think
know
that
there's
you
certain people.
should be getting married just because you procreate.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I've told multiple people this, like, you don't have to be forced to feel like you have to get married or anything like that, but I'm turning as soon as I
No,
get I got too excited, I got
you
too
are
excited.
that worked up.
Yes, like, so, like, for instance, once I get proposed to, I'm getting pregnant, like, it's on site, like, I have to do it, like, I'm at the point now, like, my back is hurting, like, I have to get pregnant, like, I don't have, like, 4 years to wait after getting married, like, I want kids. I'm in my late 30s, like, it's a
You
lot to
are
have
not in
kids.
your late 30s. Shut
I'm
the
in my
fuck
mid
up.
30s. By
You're
next
okay,
year,
mid 30s and late 30s are
it
different.
I will be in my late 30s when I get married, most likely.
Yes.
Yes.
According to the plan. Yes.
Yeah, according to social life, social media, I'll be in my late 30s when I'm married. But the plan I'm working on could be like 37. So that's when you're like towards your late 30s. So
That you're approaching.
once I get proposed to, I'm on site. Like I'm getting pregnant. So people like, "Oh, you're engaged, you're pregnant." Yes, I am, boo boo. Yes,
You're
I
like both.
am. And I wish you well. Give me my baby gifts and my bridal gifts at the same time.
That year's gonna be so busy. Fuck.
Bit booked and fucking busy. Booked and
I'm
busy,
like,
but
I'm
I
like,
got
it's
the
a wedding,
BB.
the bachelorette, the
Yes,
baby,
and
I'm like,
pregnancy
damn.
back to back,
Like
okay?
as your best friend, I'm like, damn.
Be prepared to be living your best authentic life at a massage, okay?
I'm like, we're gonna be so busy.
We're gonna be busy
Okay, anyways.
back to back.
So uh to continue on our lovely list about what's the worst response to we're engaged, my friend's initial response to telling him the news of my engagement was sending me a link to Another One Bites the Dust.
Wait, the song
Yep, the song
by
Another One
Queen?
Bites the Dust. Yep. That's called salty. Someone's just a little salty.
I love that song, so I'll be like, "Yes, I did bite the dust," and you're still out there in the streets by yourself. I'll have something snarky to say, but I love that song. That's like, well, okay, sir. Jealousy.
Oh my god. Most marriages end in divorce, but okay, congrats, I guess.
Well, I look like you're. I'm like, well, it look like your divorce did happen like that for you. So congratulations.
See, we that's called trauma. That's unhealed trauma. You be wish
Yeah,
ill will,
it was
okay?
just
That's not
rude. Can you?
okay.
I'm like, okay, great. Like yours too, great. See you in the divorce court in like 20 years. Like, what am I supposed to
Judge
say to that?
Judy.
Like, I'll see you in divorce court. See you
I'll be
soon.
on Judge Judy.
I'm like this. I see you in divorce court. See you guys later. Bye.
Oh
Like,
my god,
okay.
okay. All right. I had a coworker who goes through men like chewing gum and asked if I would be attending her wedding. I said, I'll just catch the next one.
Well, how many wives has she had before? Is it she just like dating these
I
men,
don't
or
know.
she
She goes
just?
through men like chewing gum, apparently.
Well, you know what? See you. I'll see you in a couple. See you the next two. See you in the next two,
See
two or
you in the
three.
next two.
I'm not
See you
wasting
in the
money on
next two or
gifts.
three.
Yeah, gifts are expensive,
Those
so
bachelorette parties are not cheap.
I still want my money back from a couple because I have been
Refund,
tricked.
please.
Yes. Oh,
Bamboozled.
yeah, and led astray. But yeah, okay, yeah, that's a little rude, but I get it. Like if she's going through chewing gum, I get it.
Um, she
Okay,
get it.
get it.
Okay, so this one is, wow, okay, that was really quick. I am always so suspicious about people who get married so fast.
That was really quick. Well, you know what? I don't know what to say to that. I just don't know because it's really quick. Like, what do you mean quick? Like, quick
Why
for
does it have to
you?
be so fast?
There's a lot of moving
I mean,
parts.
I guess maybe that's it. Maybe it's like majority of people take like a year or two to get to know
Yeah,
somebody and then they get engaged. But it's like those couples. Now, I'm not gonna shame those couples because they do exist and they end up doing really well. Some of them
yeah.
do that have like known each other for like 6 months and they're like, we're gonna get married, and I'm like, oh my god.
I just don't understand. Like, okay, well, you know what? I don't. I told you I don't know. I've heard. Yeah, I don't know.
I
I'm
don't know.
speechless in that one. I'm speechless. I'm off.
Oh
I'm
my god.
speechless.
I feel like this would be something that like siblings would say to what's the worst response you've ever gotten to when you said you were engaged. This one said, "What are you going to tell mom and dad?"
Ooh, that's a sibling one. Like, oh, did you tell? Like, I would be so hurt if my sister said that to me. Like, so you're gonna tell mom and like you're gonna tell mom and dad. Like, hopefully they effing know already because they got asked permit. Like they like my fiance told them like, hey, gonna propose to your daughter. I will hope so, but like, what do you mean by I told mom and dad? Like, wait, what you mean? Like, I would have a lot of questions.
I was like, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm going to assume that the relationship is not there.
it's strained. You know, it's a strained situation.
It's
Like,
strained. It's a very
it's very
strained
strained.
relationship.
I have to-
Absolutely. Okay, here's another one.
Oh gosh.
Here's it says here's our response. Hey, guess what? We're engaged. Best friend. Oh wow, congrats. Did you hear that Michael Jackson died?
Well, that's important news at the time, so I get
That's
it. So I
like
like I get it. Like, I'm sorry, I was at the mall when that happened, about to go on vacation. I remember where I was when that happened. So yeah, I'm like,
so
"Oh
did
my god,
I.
congratulations." Like, "Oh my god, but did you hear what happened?" Like, that's I'm sorry. Like, that's she's overreacting. She's reaching for
I
that one. That's
mean,
stupid.
you're like this
That's
is
stupid.
a
That's big
cultural
news.
moment.
That's a cultural moment. It's like you know where you are where certain things happen. Like, and I'm sorry, like I would like to know if someone has passed on. I don't care.
It's someone of that nature. I remember exactly where I was when
You
he
know where you
died.
are when certain people die, like, or certain things that happen. So I'm sorry, like, you're reaching for that one. You just wanna be mad at your friend.
You
Anyone
just
trip
want to be
about your
mad
little
at your
engagement?
friend.
Anybody trip about your little engagement? You just mad that social media is not gonna talk about your engagement, like, you're not gonna be able to post or anything. They'll be like, "Rest in peace,
Because
so and so.
everybody is like, "You're
Rest in
not
peace."
trending because
Yes.
R.I.P. Michael."
Yeah, so you're just girl, bye. Get out of here. Okay, go on. That's ridiculous. Like, that's you're reaching. Like, you're literally reaching. Like, I'm sorry. Like, we all know where we were. There's certain moments in your life that you know where you were, and that was one of them.
It's true. Facts. I absolutely know where I was. I was, like, getting done with working.
Yeah, I was at the mall about to go on my trip for a cruise the next day. So, if stop it. That's ridiculous. Go on.
I know, I know. Okay, alright. So, this next one is after he cheated on you 3 times?
Well, you know what? That's a good question. That is actually a good question to ask. Like, you still with this person after they cheated on you? Like, that's a good question.
Well, not even with, but you're gonna get married?
Yeah, like, that's
Like,
actually a good
that's gonna
question.
solve anything?
And if you felt hurt by that, it's because you have your own insecurities. They know that person's gonna cheat on you again. That's on you. That is on you. So
Mm,
no, don't try to come with me saying, "Oh,
mm.
I'm upset by that." You should be upset with that
No,
man
that's
right
I'm
there.
calling it like I'm seeing it.
You should be upset with that
I
man
mean,
over there,
what?
not
So
me.
it's like you just gonna get married to him and he's gonna stop?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, stop
right.
it, please. Take that elsewhere. Take it
Oh
elsewhere.
god. Okay. To
Okay.
quote my father-in-law in reference to his own daughter, why would you want to marry her? To his own daughter.
You know what? That is sad. But you know what? He's probably like this, "How did she even catch you?" Because, like, it's something not right with this person. Like, you know when your kid's a little off. Like, a little
I
off. Like,
think
you
you
know.
do. I think you do. I think
Like,
you
you
know when
know.
they're a little off, they a little strange,
Yes.
or they're a little high maintenance, or you go, "Ooh, shit, I created a monster."
Yeah, like, you know. So maybe he's just asking out of concern, like, "Thank you. Thank you for doing this for us." Because like, there's some people, like,
You
like, I
really
don't have
want to do this? Like,
yeah,
oh
like,
my god, here you go.
yeah, it's like, I don't have kids yet, but, like, I know there's certain people in my life, I'm like this, "He really wanna be with that person." Like, they really like that person. That person's crazy. Like, I get
Oh my
it.
god.
I get it. He had to ask questions. He's
Okay, so
concerned.
here's another one.
Okay.
Just remember, herpes is forever. Relationships are not.
Okay,
That
that's a
tell
lot.
me that someone be getting around that. I had to deep dive on this a little bit more, and the next comment right under this comment
Okay, what
was,
is it?
"You jest, but this actually happened to my cousin."
You know what? In the like, in the famous movie Hangover, he says, "Have fun in Vegas," and he said, "Don't bring anything back home." He's like, "Because, Herbie's forever." And I was like this. Okay, so that's a lot. You know what? We're just gonna move past that one. That's a
We
little
go
too
we're
much.
just
That's a little
gonna
too
keep it
much.
moving.
That's a little too much. Like, that's interesting.
You're like, "I don't even know what to do with
I
that."
don't know what
There's
to
so much
say.
there.
It's a lot of moving
Oh my
parts.
god. Oh my god. Okay, so here's my last one too. What's
Okay.
the worst response to "we're engaged"? This one's a little bit of a story, but it was pretty funny because
Okay,
I feel
send it
like
to
this
me.
has to be a little bit unpacked. All right. So it's like,
Okay.
got engaged the night before my fiance and his band were set to play at a large festival. Day of
Okay.
festival, I met up with who we thought were our good friends before the set was starting. We had plans to go together. I told them the happy news only to have them say, "Gosh, that's too bad. I hope you can bring him up to your level instead of him dragging you down to his. He's clearly beneath you. Are you sure about this?" His girlfriend slapped him, saying, "Dude, that's so rude. Really?" They just walked away, and I went about my business.
That's a lot of moving parts also because, like, it tells you your friends are saying you can do better, which is true. But
Which I
also,
mean,
where were you at the past couple years of this relationship? You should have done this earlier.
it
Like, I'm sorry to say that, but, like, why let me be with this person if you know I'm
why
better
you
than
let
this
me get this
person?
far?
Like, you wasting my time, you wasting our friendship time. Like, honestly, I'll be a little upset. Forget the whole, like, reaction. It's the idea that you didn't tell me for the past couple years I was with this person, that I could be better. Like, wait, what?
You
Now you have the
chose now
audacity?
to express this opinion?
Yes. And that's the part, right? That part. Like, you waited this long until I got engaged to say something like that. You could have told me that earlier, like a month ago at least. The
A
latest was a
month
month
ago
ago,
at least.
at
Like, you
least.
knew this was probably in the works, like, you knew him enough to be like, girl,
Yes.
he is not good enough for you,"
Ex
and
Like, we
you
all know that.
waited?
Yeah, like, that part would piss me off. I'm like this. Now I'm like, "Wait, well, what kind of friend were you?" Like, I get that you'll be a
What
good friend
kind of
now,
yeah, where
but
were
I wasted
you?
my time on this person and this friendship? Stop it. I'll be pissed.
I
More
mean,
about that.
this is one thing I say, it's like, because I will never come out in a friendship, like, even Chauncey with you, I am not the one to do this,
No,
where I'm like, "I hate him, you could do
no,
better, blah, 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 blah." I am not that
no.
person. I will not do that to my friends. What I will do is, like, if you are expressing concern, dislike, or anything like that of a certain habit or behavior,
You give
I
advice.
will start to be like, "Hey, you do understand that this is how this person operates or
Yes,
blah, blah, blah. Like, is this something you really want?" Because
exactly.
ultimately, I'm not marrying this motherfucker.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You give that, but if I have had no hint of that, and I tell you, "Hey,
I
Heather,
would be pissed.
so and I are so engaged, blah, blah," and you're like this, "Oh, you know you could do better, right, girl?" I'm like, "Where the fuck were you been for the past, like, freaking years?" I'm pissed. What this? So you've
Where
been
the
sitting with this
fuck have you been? Now
like,
you
I've been with
got
this
something to
clown.
say.
I've been with this clown for, like, a couple years now, you ain't saying nothing to him about me, like, you ain't give me no type of warnings about this clown. Like, we coulda had a ponderosa about this, like,
What,
"Hey,
what
he's
kind
not
of
right for
friendship
you."
is this?
Like, what I now look at my friendship all sideways now, like, what kind of friends do we have now? Like, what like,
I
no,
be second
I'll be
guessing
more.
all of my friends. I'm
I
like,
wouldn't even
did you
did you
think the
know
same
this?
thing and you didn't fucking
I
say, you didn't tell me nothing?
Like, no one had a group is there a group chat about me and this man, telling how terrible he is for me, and no one
Oh
said anything?
shit.
See, that's the part. I wouldn't even care
It's like,
about,
is there
like,
a whole ass group chat? Is there a whole other
because we
discussion
all
about
have
how
group
this man blows?
yes, we all have those friends group, like, friendship groups that, like there's always that one boyfriend or girlfriend in the group, they're like this, "Oh, you know she could do better, right?" Like, "You know he's a little weird or she's a little weird." Like, we all have that, like, incident
Mm,
about a friend. We don't say anything because that's rude, but, like, we're like this, "Ooh, like, like, you could do better." Like, we'll say that, but, like, "Oh, if you didn't tell me that and I've been with this clown for years, wasting my time, wasting his time." Now we both like clowns, and I don't like being embarrassed.
uh,
I don't. I don't like being embarrassed.
I don't think anybody does.
I don't like being embarrassed. Like, that's clownery. That's tomfoolery. I'm just saying. Get out of here. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. These are too great.
Oh my
I told you
god.
the worst thing, like
Oh
I
man.
said earlier, was the worst thing. I remember we found out one of our like a person that we knew got engaged, and we're all like this. To that man? Really? That man was mean to her. Like, that man is evil. We all have the same reaction.
Mm-mm.
And it's true, that man was awful, but,
You weren't
pop
that good of
off.
friends, huh? Though.
Pop off. Like, girl, do your thing. No.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Did you
No.
ever tell her?
No. That's not my business. Because
It ain't my business.
we're not close friends enough for me to say that. Like, if I was like her if it was like you, I'd be like, "Yeah, we gonna have to talk about this." But it was just wasn't a close friend. It wasn't a close friend be like, "Oh my god, girl, like, let me tell," like, no, it's just like, "Oh, okay, like, pop off, girl, do your thing."
That's unfortunate because I feel like most of the time, you and I have gone to enough weddings and
Oh
have
my
like
god.
what?
Heather,
What?
um, Angus Cloud from Euphoria passed away. Quincy just texted me. What the heck?
What?
Oh my god.
From
It doesn't
from
say.
what?
I don't know. Oh my god. Okay. This is real. Quincy just texted me.
Uh,
What?
are you looking right now?
Yeah,
We're
I'm
totally
on
keeping this in the podcast because this is
yeah.
like, wait, what?
Oh my god, this is so sad. They don't say how he passed away, but oh my gosh. Oh
Oh my
no.
heart.
Oh no. That makes my heart really sad. He was a great actor. Oh no.
I don't really know what to say. That's really sad.
It said his dad passed away before a week ago, 1 week earlier. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate anything, but it was Oh no, this breaks my heart. Okay, we have to okay, like we have to okay, we're gonna move past this because I can't talk about this anymore. But yeah, that's sad.
Oh, that's so sad.
Okay, let's go to the next subject because
Okay.
we
All
gotta finish this.
right.
I
All
can
right.
research.
We're gonna, you know what? Meet us in the threads. All right. Meet us in the
Yeah,
threads. We can talk about
fuck.
this in the threads.
That's
That's
so
so
sad.
sad. Ugh.
Okay, so did you watch The Perfect Husband yet?
I did watch The Perfect Husband. I finished that thing. That was wild.
Yeah, it
That was definitely wild. I mean, I have some thoughts. I mean, because so last week you did propose some questions like, how did you not know or like,
yeah.
you didn't even suspect. But here's the thing is she's a producer. You're gone a lot. And you're not gonna, she's like known this person since high school. They were high school sweethearts. She ended it. And basically like I think it's very plausible that she had no freaking idea, because I wouldn't
No,
have any idea. Because
no,
here's
I
the
don't think
thing, it's
so at
like
all.
I've known this man for like over half my life because they didn't get married until like way later, right? And he came back and they like rekindled the relationship or whatever. And my thing is like I would have trusted him. I would have been like, I've known this dude forever. And I mean, look, that I've been in some relationships where shit went sideways and I didn't figure out until afterwards that shit went
Yeah.
sideways. And then I was like, how did I not know? It's so easy not to know.
It's not it's easy not to know, but this man was literally like playing Nintendo. He had everything. He was like everywhere and then some. Like he had so many people. There are so many games. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't have like a diary of like how to keep these people in like straight, like their memories. And he was a very
He was
charismatic.
all over the place. But
But
the thing
like
is
he was
like he
a
didn't even try to like hide it.
no, he was a look though. Like I had a few like teachers growing up that I know like older like my the parents at the school had a crush and the moms had a crush on these teachers. I'm like this. You guys are some thirsty old women. But these teachers were he was a look though. He was a perfect husband was a look. He was, but he's just a grimy motherfucker at the end of the day. Like I have a lot of questions. Like my question was like, when they were at when they reconnected on Facebook, right? And she's just like,
Mhm.
"Is your wife still hate me? How does she hate you? Why does she know about you still? And like, if you guys haven't talked in forever, why would you be still be a problem?"
No, the thing is like here's the thing is like all these women that were cheating with him, they all knew his wife. Like a good chunk of them
Yes,
did.
yeah, and that's disgusting.
Um
But my
That's
question is,
just that's, like, not okay. Like, where's the women camaraderie?
oh
Like, where's
fuck,
the girl code?
they don't give a fuck about girl code. And the thing that had me fucked up is like I felt bad for her because she kept like, like over analyzing like all these situations, like making timelines. And I felt terrible, but I was like,
That's
girl,
the
get your house
producer
in
in her.
order. Sell that house. Like, we're not gonna wait till go in fucking foreclosure and try to hear his lies on the phone. Sell that house. Like she was living, I get it. You're heartbroken, your life was ruining everything, but you can't let this person destroy you. Like, I was just like, fuck the timelines, girl. Let's just get the house in order. Sell his shit. Sell his
I would say,
guitars.
well, you know what? I mean, like, here's my thing. It's like sell his shit, but on top of
Yes.
that too, I'm like, she's now turning this painful experience of her life into a profit.
Yes.
I'm like with the podcast and now the fucking
Like,
documentary. Like,
congratulations. I'm get your money back up. But my thing is like also like he legit just kept playing you. He love bombed you. Even her mom and her stepdad was like this. He just kept sending notes all the time, like all these like that's love bombing, which is a narcissist's behavior, which
oh,
we
he
learned
for
over the years.
sure a narcissist.
Because he
Like,
kept just like doing
for
it over
sure.
and over. The thing is, he got married early in his 20s. There's nothing wrong with that. And he was just out here living his best life. Decided to get married to the love of his life. And it's like I can't stop what I do if I get away with it.
So here's my thing. Here's my thing because he quote unquote didn't start doing all of the
Allegedly.
above, like allegedly, like until after his divorce and he got the taste of like single life and like really liked it and blah blah
Yeah,
blah and then
stay
just couldn't
single.
stop doing it. Quote unquote, that's what he said. But do you really believe that like he wasn't doing this in his first marriage?
Like I said earlier, and I when him and his new wife, the now former wife, reconnected on Facebook, she said, "Does your wife still hate me?" My question is, why in the hell would she still hate you? Like, why would she
Well,
hate you?
because the thing is like obviously she had met his wife or his former wife, the first wife, before, had met her
Yes,
before or whatever,
but
and like
why? Yeah,
they didn't look.
see?
You know what? I have been in a situation like that before, but I have not played into it.
No, because 'cause you're not
I have straight.
no.
I literally have had somebody try, and I'm like, yo,
No.
and I
No!
was like, this is not how this goes.
No, but the thing is,
Like
like,
you
I
need to
think he
catch
did
yourself.
cheat. I think he started cheating way early on. I think 'cause we don't know we don't know why him and his first wife divorced in the first place, we don't know that. I think he's been,
No.
like, cheating, I think he got a lot of taste of it when he was, like, out single, and I think he realized he could still do it and not get
Well,
caught.
here's my thing too. It's like it kind of goes back to because they when she did all of her digging of all these like women and researchers and
Girl, the
like
timeline,
research
yes.
and the time so the construction of the timeline, okay? And there was like so many women that they knew that they were friends with, like mutual friends with that were also
Nasty.
married, like women in the
Nasty.
neighborhood, but then also women online and like through social platforms or whatever,
Through
but
his
then also
band.
escorts
He's a
escorts and there was
nasty
all of these people and I was
person.
just kind of like she was reading through all of these messages and she was just like describing what kind of fetishes and things that he said that he wanted to do with these women or whatever. Like I understand for her she was like I don't fucking know this person, I don't fucking that
Of
was the
course you
only thing
don't.
I had an issue with in this I mean there's lots of issues but the one thing that I didn't like is like I kind of felt like they were also like kink shaming him
Oh, yeah, like,
because
he
there was definitely some things that like he wanted to do with other people because you
he
could
could do it at
tell that
home.
like he's like he couldn't do it at home or it's
And
like
there's
not the type
nothing
of person that would be open to it.
and it's okay if you have your kinks, you have your kinks, as long as they're not, like, super, like, you know
As long as they're freaking legal and we're not
Yeah,
getting
that's
into
the word I
like
was looking for.
disgusting
Legal. Legal.
territory.
They're legal kinks, like,
Okay?
not the ones I'm like, "You should go to jail for because 'cause they're with, like, minors or something like that. But,
Yeah.
like, he it just seemed like my thing the whole thing is I get you're hurt, we all been cheated on, and, like, the way that she got cheated on was awful, but at the end of the day, get your house in order, not lose your fucking home over this man. If your shit ain't getting paid for, sell his guitars,
I
sell his
feel
video
like
camera. I'm sorry, like, I'm sorry, not gonna
sell
embarrass like I said earlier,
everything.
I don't like being embarrassed, okay? So you're not gonna
I
embarrass
know,
me.
See, but that's how, like, you would operate. I feel like you would just be like, "Fuck you, fuck him, we're selling it all, like,
Mhm.
give me my money. I'm gonna, like, go somewhere else where nobody
I'm
fucking
not gonna
knows me.
play
We're not doing this. I'm not playing it." I feel like that spite and that hatred would just, like, fill you to just be
Yeah, it would
like,
have to because
"No."
I'm not gonna cry over a man on in jail on the phone with him. I'm not gonna call and the thing is, no one would ever have known if he did not decide to hook up with a student. That's the only reason that all came out because he hooked
That
up with a
was
student. That's
disgusting.
disgusting. And, like, I'm just like, "Dude, like, you know you're a fucking predator." But my thing is, I'm not gonna be playing on his phone saying, "Well, how do you feel about this?" I'm on the jail line phone call with him. No. I got the divorce papers as soon as the all shit came out. I'm like, "Divorce. That's it." Like,
I
she
ain't talking to you. I'm
she
over it.
literally I get it, like, the love of your life breaks your heart, and I've never been in a situation like that before, so I don't know what I would do, but I know I'm not gonna let my house go in foreclosure.
Mm.
That's one thing I know that for a fact. Like, I'm not gonna
I
traumatize
like
people around me.
I feel like I
Like, what
don't
that's
even
gonna
know
do
if
for
it's like
me?
traumatized. Well, everybody was already traumatized because the thing is like he had wormed his way into everybody's quote unquote hearts in her family.
Yeah, like,
Like they
he was
were
a
all
charisma.
dumbfounded.
Yeah, and
Dumbfounded.
at the end of the day, like, it sucks and it hurts and I'll be devastated, I'll be crying, I'll be, like, in tears, but after the first month or 2, I'm not gonna lose my life, okay? I already lost part of my
No, I
life,
get it. I get
and I
it.
think
Well, it's
that's
like,
just something
but I think it's like,
you
would
have
you? Do
to
you
have.
think you would honestly be able to like hop into that, or would you be like, no, somebody like this is not because at first she didn't believe it. Nobody believed it. This was like the teacher. He was nominated
Yeah,
for
I
teacher
wouldn't
of the year. Nobody freaking believed it. Like, would you hold somebody down like that at first, and then it like, and when it all came out and you got all the receipts, you were like, the fuck?
I would listen to everything and then I'll go from there. But it really depends on the situation. It's like a case by case with this one. If a kid's accusing you of something like this, I will definitely be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, what the fuck happened?" This is serious. This is a fucking student. This is an underage person. And people can get groomed. But the after that part, I was like, okay, when it came out that it was true that he was actually like touching these students. Oh, for sure it's on site. But this whole like
Oh,
his
for sure.
whole different like escapade, his different personalities with different women. Oh, I'm not gonna deep dive into it. You cheat on me once, it's done. It's like he not only did he
Mm.
cheat, he had full on relationships with these women.
Like
Like
years.
in the parking lot. He doing teacher interviews for
In
his
the
position.
wine bar that he
Oh,
and his
just
wife
what that we
owned.
co-own? That we co-own? I will burn that wine bar. I'm burning
Back
all my
in 5
friends.
minutes on the fucking door.
Yeah, so
Disgusting.
I wouldn't have got a deep dive like she is. I don't even know all that business. I just know that there's people I don't fuck with no more friendship wise.
Yeah, no,
That's
well,
all.
absolutely. But she even went and asked some of these women that they were mutual friends with,
No.
like, "Hey, why did you do this? Do
I don't
you
wanna
like?"
know.
I understood. Really, you don't want to know? I feel like I
I
would
don't
want
wanna
to
know because
know.
you know why? 'Cause they're not gonna give me the whole truth. They're gonna give the truth they have in their head. "Well, he made me feel comfortable, and I felt like this." At the end of the day, I don't care how the fuck he made you feel. You're my friend at the end of the day. I
Well,
don't
you
care
were
what
my
he
friend.
Yeah, you weren't anyone to me. Like, I don't wanna care why you did it because at the end of the day, you did it. At the end of the day,
Mm,
you did it. Like,
mm.
I don't need to know
No,
why you
facts.
did it.
Absolutely. I
I
mean,
don't
like,
even
I get
care.
it. I think it's like for me, it would be like an understanding because it's like part of me gets like, "Oh, I don't need to know why you did it. You fucking did it. Get out of my face." But then
Mhm.
part of me is like, I think after my initial hurt and there was times I'd be like, "Why did they want him so bad? Like, why enough?" Like if it was my best friend or like one person I'm like really close with, I've done so much for, and they went and they did that, I'd be like, "Why? Like why was it that appealing to like come
No.
and stab me in the back like that?"
That's true. I can see that point.
Initially,
Personally,
I'd be like, "Get the fuck out of my face."
yeah, at the end of the day, I'm just like, you did the thing is, I don't need closure from you because you're gonna need closure from me more than anything. Because at the end of the day, you hurt me. You hurt me. And at the end of the day, like I've already forgiven you because you're out of my life, but I know you're gonna need closure from me because when you start going to therapy for your unprogressed trauma that you have, the reason why you did this, you're gonna need me to make you feel better. And I'm not gonna do
Or
that for you.
marriage counseling because
Yeah.
you're
Your
not
ruining
happy in your own
relationship.
marriage.
Yeah, so you're gonna need me to get closure, get a forgiveness out of me. I forgave you already. Like it's done. Like you're gonna need me more than I need you for this for your healing.
Mm,
So yeah,
mm,
I'm good. I'm good.
facts,
I don't need to talk to this.
absolutely.
Girl, she
When
a friend of
yeah,
mine. Yeah.
yeah,
But
or an
okay.
ex-friend. But
Yes.
also too, like, the girl, the underage girl, wasn't there a few of them, or was there just
This
one?
was only one, I believe. It was one. Everyone said like it could have
Dang.
happened, but it didn't happen. It was a lot, but it was only one that was like accused. Like
Ew.
the actual
Ew,
convicted.
ew, ew.
Oh yeah,
Like,
we
so gross.
these teachers like you forget they're people too and they're just like not they should be higher than that but they're not and it's sad that people use advantage they take advantage of people especially when you're a teenager you are able to get
This girl was
groomed.
16 years
She's a
old. I
child.
didn't know
She's a child.
shit at
I didn't know
16. I thought
16.
I did, but I didn't know shit.
No, even though I knew that you shouldn't hook up with a teacher you don't know until you're there, and that's what happened. She didn't know because she trusted this person. It's the trust factor, like, but I
Well, it
really
made
think
her feel special.
of course, they always make you feel special. Like, but like, it's just it's sad that it had to happen to her, and I felt bad. But I'm very glad that she was able to speak her voice and actually tell her truth and not be afraid to be silenced by the community because community all rallied for him.
Well, that was like, can you imagine her? She went
Oh
out, she
God,
told
no.
her truth, and nobody fucking believed her.
Yeah, and that's what happens all the time with women. So for her to stay strong and for her to prevail is amazing. But honestly, to tell your truth like that is so scary. But especially the community that everyone loves him. He's such a great teacher. He's so amazing. People like that always has a facade behind them. I never trust people like that. And I know it's horrible to say, but people like them like this, there's something behind that.
Mm, mm,
Yeah, and I watch a
facts.
lot of Dateline, so that's probably why.
You
But
always suspicious.
I don't trust people. But talking about marriage, there's this new show called The Perfect D. I think it's called The Perfect D. Did I tell you that? It's The Perfect D. I'm
Uh-huh,
right.
uh-huh.
So one of my best friends, Teresa, her and I were watching it last Thursday. I went to go to her house to hang out with her and her cutest baby, my newest little nephew. And Teresa had this in the background. I was like, what the hell are you watching? She's like, it's The Perfect D. And honestly, I think we watched 4 or 5 episodes just like in the background, hanging out and talking and catching up. But it's about it's like on USA. and it's about couples who are
Mhm.
no longer together, they're divorced or broken up, whatever, but they all go on an
Mhm.
island, I think in Costa Rica, with other couples who are divorced, and everyone intermingles with people. So you have to see your ex-husband or ex-wife or ex-partner
Why do people
on
sign up for shit like this?
oh, it won't be me seeing them talk to other people, even though we're divorced, which is like, okay, we're done, but that's still I don't still want to see my ex with someone else in front of my face. Not I just couldn't. So you see them dating other people, getting to know other people, and you're trying to like you're looking like, oh, they're different with them than they were with me. They're all in the same little house. Yes, it's
Why
very
would who on earth what's the train of thought of like, I want to sign up for a show like this?
the money. It has to be the money. Like, and it's like the people who are hosting it is like one of the women who was on The Bachelor. I think her name was oh god, JoJo. She was really cute. And it's like her husband is Jordan Rogers and last name is Rogers, which that's Aaron Rodgers' brother. This is like a thing back in the Bachelorette years. I
Uh-huh,
had to look into this.
uh-huh.
But it's called The Perfect Date, and people go on an island with their exes and they see them date other people and
I
talk to other
don't
people.
understand.
Oh, I
I
would
don't understand
never.
people. I don't understand
You shouldn't
people.
understand
Why
people.
would you do that? Why would you do that?
There's
What's
nothing
your
in my
train of
heart
thought?
there's nothing in my heart would want me to go like, let me go on a beach or a nice fancy trip with my ex and see him with other people. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see my ex down the street walking to the local grocery store. So
Once
like,
you out. Like, I don't wanna freaking see
actually a
you.
divorce is different than just a breakup, like a regular like relationship.
That's
This is a
like a
divorce.
death.
This is called legal paperwork that had to be signed to get divorced. I'm not trying to see my legal paperwork out in the streets with some other female or man or woman or whoever. Like, we had a dog together probably. We had a home.
We we had a home. We
We
had
had
a
a
home. My legal
home.
paperwork. Oh
Like,
my
it's a
god,
legal
no.
paperwork. So like no, it's interesting. It's very interesting. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's really like it's intriguing. Like, it's just like this. What the
What
fuck?
was like, do you remember like an intriguing moment from this?
There are
Because I
so
don't
many
know, just based off of what you just told me, I don't know if I'm much enticed.
it was like this one guy watching his ex-wife get all like erotic dancing with this other guy, and she's never done that with me. Like, she's like, and it's just like really like you see like how like
The
they wanted the relationship to
pettiness.
be, how they wanted the relationship to be, and the things that they asked for, they didn't get, but other people are getting it. So like, you learn your lessons from your relationship to go to the next relationship, learn that lesson. It's like that, but you're just like this. And first, there's some couples I don't know their names yet. I feel bad. They're like, I wanna know how they even got together in the first place. Like, that's my question. Like, what made them get together? Because I don't see it.
Girl, it goes hand in hand
I
to the
don't see
freaking
it.
happenings,
The
okay?
root. Yeah,
Like
it's
the
like the root.
freaking
Yes, it's a good
those are those
tie-in.
couples. Those
Yeah,
are
so
those
I
couples.
just want you to watch one episode. Teresa, like, texts me a couple of days later. She's like this. I had to rewatch some and it's wild. And I was like, Teresa, I was like, I blame you for this. And it will be on the podcast because this is a new thing that we're gonna talk about because I have to have Heather watch it. At least one
Oh my
episode. You have to watch at
god.
least one episode.
Okay, I'll watch one episode. We
Okay.
all know how I feel about reality TV, but I
Hey,
will watch one
you're in it
episode.
now. You're in it now. Okay.
I'm only in it with one group, and I don't even know. I don't know. Jax is coming back, so
I'm excited for all of Vanderpump Rules. Like, we need to have that happen. But this was a great episode. It was a very interesting episode. It's a very sad episode.
we have been everywhere. I feel like
We had
our
like we
emotions
started
in
off
this
sad.
episode have been everywhere.
We started off sad with Peewee Herman, rest in peace, and then we got a little crazy with the marriage and like engagement. And then we got
The
really
engagement.
and then Angus Cloud, like, rest in peace. Like, he's from the Bay Area, so like if you don't know who he is, he's from Euphoria, one of the best shows. But yeah, that was a wild, like, it literally breaking news.
That was a what a fucking roller
It
coaster.
literally was like my
Damn.
sister called, and all of a sudden I just declined it, and then she sent me
Mhm.
a text, and I was like, "Wait, what the fuck?" And I was like, "Heather, like, oh my god." So that was where, and then we're back to the marriage and bullshit of perfect divorce. But
I don't. That's a
next week
fucking
we'll talk
roller
about some more
coaster.
crazy stuff. Our thoughts on UFOs,
Oh
Ariana
my god.
Grande's new man, everything you can think of.
I'm
We'll have some
hoping more
thoughts.
shit comes out about that.
Oh,
You
we're gonna have
know,
way more
and
thoughts
just
next week. This was a chaotic
okay.
episode, but thank you
This
guys for
was a
listening.
chaotic as fuck episode. Yes, thank you for listening. As always, thank you for listening. You can subscribe, like, comment on our YouTube channel, So She Slays. You can follow us and find us all on Social Slays on all the socials. And you can also find us in the threads. That's probably the immediate conversation era, especially for this podcast and just to talk to Chauncey and I and to figure out what the heck is going on. That is also Social Slays. Remember to spread the word, share the wealth, and until next time, we'll see you later.
See you soon.